everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Faceless, Not Valueless, and this channel is dedicated to support and validate victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. You can go ahead and like my videos or subscribe to my channel. That way you will be giving me the strength to get out of narc abuse myself. Remember that I am not a licensed counselor, therapist, psychologist, or any of that matter. I'm just someone that wants to help you through this journey and let you know that you're not crazy or alone. You are loved and you're valued. So first of all, please excuse my voice. I feel like I'm getting sick, and it's probably because of the temperature changes going on in the place where I live. So please bear with me. I'm trying my best to upload these videos. So today I want to talk about something a little bit more personal. I want to talk about where I am in this process of getting out of narcissistic abuse. This is very personal. Of course, I don't mean to share everything about my life because this channel is focused on getting the information that you need, the basic information about narcissism and abuse, and that way you do your own research and you decide what's best for yourself. So this channel is never intended to really focus about me in a personal way. I'm trying to be as ambiguous as possible, so please understand. I don't like the attention either. I know some other people are comfortable with that. It's not that I'm an introvert. I'm actually an extrovert. I just don't like the attention that comes with that. So hopefully you'll be able to respect that. So when it comes to me in this process of getting out of narc abuse, I would probably have to say that the hardest thing in this moment is finding a good plan. Now, I have already mentioned in other of my videos that I was making necessary steps to get out of this situation, which is true. I have been doing my research and, just thinking ahead about the future, things that you need to be concerned about if you are in this type of situation, of course. However, when it comes to the actual progress in my personal life, I would probably have to say that it's really not steady. It's not like I'm depressed, because I don't feel depressed, guys. I do have hope that I will be okay. I have hope that things will be better. It's not like I cry all the time. I'm not saying crying is a bad thing. I just feel like I don't have the energy to cry. I don't have time to waste to cry during this situation. I have to be alert and be focused on what it is that I have to get done in order to get out of here, if that makes any sense. If I could really narrow what I feel most of the time into one word, it would probably be frustration. I'm very frustrated because obviously no one should be treated this way. Not only that, but also because I still live with my female parent, my mother, and I do worry about her. And of course, I'm not going to disclose personal information about of her, because that's way too private. But maybe in the future, once I am out, I will be able to write a book about my experiences that will hopefully help you and other people. I feel very frustrated, to be honest, because during this process, I have encountered so many things. And mind you guys, I have been trying to get out of this situation since I was 19, and I'm 23 at the moment. So it's not like I recently started thinking about this. I have been thinking about this for quite some time, okay? And during this process, when I first discovered narcissism, probably at age 19, and I started researching and reading articles and and doing everything that I could to understand this personality disorder, because it is a personality disorder. I'm not talking about someone who likes to look themselves in the mirror or, likes to take selfies a lot. That's not what I am talking about when I refer narcissism in this channel. Please do understand that, okay? It's quite a serious matter, to be honest. Anyways, during this process, I have seen so many different things that have been, setbacks in my life. They have been setbacks in my life. I have seen things that have discouraged me from going forward. There was a point in time where I stopped looking at things about narcissism because I honestly thought that the narcissist changed. And how many times do we think that? I think everything was going fine, but after a while, when things got difficult, this person started acting disrespectful again and being very intrusive with not only me but other people's boundaries. So it was like relapse for me. You have to understand something. When you have been abused, a lot of people, they think that they don't understand why you stay in it. And I'm going to do a separate video addressing this topic because it's huge. But let me just dig in it for a little bit so you understand, proper context and why I feel this way and why I think this way. Maybe you're listening to this and you've never been abused, and someone that has never been exposed to that environment, they would immediately say, well, I would never let someone do this to me, or the first time someone does that to me, I will do this and this and this. But you have to understand something. When you have not been manipulated and conditioned, it's very easy to see what is healthy and what is not healthy. For many years, I thought this was okay. I know that sounds weird, but I thought that the way that my family would treat me and other people, the way they would operate, that was fine. I honestly thought that every family would engage in the same type of behavior. But when I discovered the truth, when I was exposed to the possibility of my life being different and being something that I never hoped it would be, things started to change within me. I started to think about the future in a different way. So it's very easy for someone who has not been in this situation to say, well, I don't understand why you're not out of it, or I don't understand why you stay in it. It's so much complex than that. It's not so much about the fact that you want to stay. It's that you're also scared for other people's safety in your family. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to talk about that in another video. But when it comes to me in my personal journey, to be quite honest with you, a lot of people don't understand emotional abuse. And because they see the news so regularly and they see things that happen all the time, I believe that we as a society have become desensitized not only to this issue but to other issues. And it's not like people don't care. It's that when you are exposed to something for such a long time, you just stop really caring about it. And that sounds really bad, but it's actually true. And it's not like the person doesn't want to help or doesn't want to understand. It's that they have been conditioned by the media to see so many bad things that they're just like, yeah, whatever. Or, for example, a lot of these things happen in movies. But you have to remember something, guys. In order for movies to exist, real life has to exist. In order for movies to illustrate any type of abuse or any type of scenario, real life has to exist. Now, whether or not the scenarios that are placed in a movie are exaggerated or not, that's a whole nother topic. But there cannot be movies or entertainment without real life. Everything comes from real life. The director or the creator or the writer puts certain elements to make it seem surreal, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't stem from real life. I hope that made sense. But I feel very hopeful about the future. I think that my greatest concern right now is being able to have a stable job, being able to open my own bank account, my own debit card in another bank, being able to remain quiet in my dealings, and also being very aware of my surroundings and know who I can trust. There are a lot of well-meaning people that they want to help, but instead of helping you, they actually push you to be worse. And I have discovered that a lot of people have told me you need to go to counseling. And I'm like, well, I have been in counseling before. The first time I went to counseling, I was 14, around 14 or 15. So it's not like I have not been acquainted with, counseling and therapy. It's something that I'm very acquainted with, I'm very comfortable with, and I will be doing another video on my thoughts on therapy. However, because I'm in this situation, I have started to see how the narcissist is becoming extremely more against my own personal development and health. Because last time that I tried to schedule an appointment with a counselor, this person was cornering me in a very unpredictable conversation where I had no way out. That's one way they trap you. They start going in circles. They don't let you explain yourself. They just keep ranting on and on. Sometimes they talk for 1-2 hours, guys, and they don't let you talk. So I was like, okay, in order for him to shut up, let me cancel the appointment and let me not bring it up again. Again, I rely on these people so I can move and go to several places. So I decided to postpone my counseling once I have a stable job and enough money to at least have my own means. And even if they don't take me, ask a friend that, if he or she could take me, And so I had a friend that told me that I needed counseling, which I understand. And the thing is that she asked me, have you been going? And I told her no. And she told me, I really went through a hard time looking for several people that would accept, your health insurance. I was looking for people that would take services for free. And I do appreciate that, guys. I really do. But sometimes when you want to help a victim of abuse, the worst thing you can do is pressure someone and make them feel guilty because they're not going to counseling. Trust me, if I would go to counseling, it would be worse. Because then after counseling, because this happened to me, this is why I quit counseling like about 1.5 years ago. I was feeling awkward every time I got out of the counseling session. I was feeling good, but then I was going home and had to act like a completely different person because I didn't want to give any hints of what I was talking about, because believe it or not, the narcissist would interrogate me. Were you talking about personal things? Questions like that. And I'm like, what kind of question is that? I'm paying someone so I can talk about my problems. Of course, I'm going to talk about personal things. And of course, I will address this in another video. But I know I should be in counseling, and I'm making plans to do that soon. However, in this situation, if I do that, it would be worse for many, many reasons that I don't have time to explain or dissect or explain in full detail. But if I could just say how I am during this process, I feel pretty okay. If I could rate myself, I would probably say I'm a C, okay? I'm not a B or an A. I would say I'm C. I'm at a C. If you're from a different country and you're listening to this and you don't understand because you have another type of grading system in your country, C is average, okay? So I would say I'm okay. I'm not doing super fantastic, but I'm not doing horrible. I'm just conscious enough to understand what's happening, conscious enough to know that I have to get better, and conscious enough to understand that I'm not okay. But I'm not discouraged. I'm just dealing with life in a realistic way. And I know eventually my concerns will be unfolded, and I will be dealing with the things I have to deal with in a civilized manner. Everything will be okay. I just have to really be honest. It's not easy. It hasn't been easy at all. Well, my voice is not agreeing with me to continue. So I have to cut this video short. So please go ahead and subscribe or share this video with anyone that you know. Thank you so much for hearing me, and God bless.